Hello, my children, and welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to discuss whose house do you live in? Do you want to know if you live in the adult's house or do you live in the children's house? Okay, if you go in to little Johnny's room and it's time to get him up for school, and he rolls over and looks you in the eye and goes, "I'm not doing a goddamn thing. I'm hungry. I'm not going anywhere. I don't feel like getting up. Get out of here." And you promptly leave and go, "Oh, poor Johnny. He's just so hungry. Let me get those pancakes." Then you live in little Johnny's house. Your name's on the lease or even on the deed. You may pay the bills, but you live in little Johnny's house. You live in the child's house. However, if you go to wake your child up, they roll over, look at you, and smile. 10 minutes later, they're fully dressed in the kitchen looking for a Pop-Tart on their way out the door to school. The child lives in your house. Congratulations. Another example. If you ask the child to take the trash out, and the child looks at you and goes, "I've had a long day at school. I'm not doing a damn thing. You want it out, you take it out." And you go, "Oh my gosh, poor Johnny. He's just so tired. He had a rough day at school. Let him go play on his Xbox. Oh, I wonder if I should get him a new game." Congratulations to little Johnny. He runs the house. It is his house and he is in full control. However, if you look at little Johnny and say it's time to take the trash out, and little Johnny responds with a "yes, ma'am," and he promptly goes over to the trash can and begins to take the trash out the door, then kudos to you on your parenting, because little Johnny now lives in your house. And you are running your house. If the children are running your house because you're scared of them, then it's time for you to wake up. There is nothing wrong with spanking your child. Now, believe me, I'm not saying beat your child, though some of them may need it. I don't condone beating of children. I do condone an ass whooping once in a while. If your children are between the ages of 3 and 10. Once a child starts to hit puberty, then I don't advocate spanking them anymore, just for physical reasons. And at that point, it's time to do something more drastic, like grounding or taking away of their electronics or their games or whatever, which a child between the ages of 3 and 10, in my view, shouldn't have a phone or a computer or whatever else device that goes along with social media. However, if that's what your child has, then congratulations. It's quite possible that you live in their house. Children do not need, this is not a need, people. Children do not need Xbox. They do not need PlayStation. They do not need handheld video games. And I can tell you right now, if your child is failing in school and they are failing in society and they are having issues with authority and they are having issues with communication, I can tell you right now that it could very well be due to what they are learning on these video games. Now, do I know what I'm talking about? Do I have statistical facts? Maybe not. But I do have children between the ages of 27 years old and 15 years old. And in between, I have grandchildren. My children range from 27 to 23 to 17 and 15. My grandchildren are one. Actually, I have two that are one, and then a 2-year-old, and then a 10-year-old. So I have 4 grandchildren. I have 2 1-year-olds, a 2-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And I can tell you, my children lived in the adult house. They got their behind spanked with no problem. Not a hesitation. Were they beaten? No. Are they broken, crippled, mangled? Nope. Are they honorable, respectable, productive members of society? You bet. My 23-year-old daughter has 2 children and lives with her husband. My 27-year-old daughter has 2 children and runs a daycare. My 17-year-old has a productive YouTube channel of his own. And my 15-year-old is doing excellent in school. They got their behinds whooped from the ages of 3 to 10. And when they hit puberty, I went with grounding. If you instill the fear of discipline and respect between the ages of 3 and 10, you'll have no need for physical punishment after that. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I hope you learned something from it. Stay tuned for tomorrow's lesson. Give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a like, give it a whatever. Have a great day.